Hello, so we are Team 8 and we'll be presenting the leader as a coach. So, first of all, what is coaching? Coaching is moving from a traditional approach to a more new one, which is based on a support and guidance model. It's a way of asking questions to spark insights and unlocking people's potential to maximize their own performance. So, how to coach? Coaching is not for people who are close minded or for managers who are used to telling others what to do. Coaching 101 is based on four main pillars: assessing the situation, listening, asking open ended questions, and practicing non directive coaching. So, there are four different styles of coaching. First one, the directive, which is based on telling people what to do. The second one, the laissez faire, which is based on letting your workers just work and not telling them anything, let them work alone. The non directive, which is based on listening, questioning, but withholding judgment. And the fourth one, which is our sweet spot, which is a balance between the directive and non directive styles according to the specific needs of the moment. So, how to coach? The GROW model is a great way to explain how to coach in four simple steps. So, G is based on the goal. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to accomplish right now? Then second one, which stands for reality, it focuses on specific facts. So ask questions in what you want to accomplish right now, but focus on the when, what, where, and who. Then O for options, if you could do anything. These maybe you have been asked in an interview or even in class. If you had all the money in the world and all the time, what would you do? Like with all your possibilities open, what do you want to do? And then W. It has two different parts. The first one, the what do you want to do? And the second one, which measures how likely, in a scale from 0 to 10, are you to do this? And if you respond with an 8 or higher, then you're probably motivated enough to do it. And then secondly, coaching as an organizational capacity. So why is it important to have coaching in an organization? Well, you need to first fit it well in the company culture. So to change company culture, how can you do it? You can just follow simple 4 steps. First one, you can make sure that people are really aware of the benefits. You can improve many things in the company, from communication to effectiveness, so many things. So making sure your workers know this. Secondly, modeling the behavior. If the employer looks up to their coach and sees that they truly believe in this is much likely for the employer to follow the behavior. Then third, build the capacity to through the organization. So after restructuring the organizational culture, you need to encourage these through workshops, also through online courses and other tools. And then lastly, removing the barriers. Okay, if there is a flaw within the company, instead of hiding it, try to show it in order to improve it. This can help so much within the company. So, what are the good outcomes of this? Well, in the example we read, which was based on Microsoft, it not only helped the company improve itself, but it also helped workers improve with clients. By being more comfortable in conducting unstructured conversations in other contexts with clients, the company was able to increase its revenues. So as we can see, this goes much further than what we can see can improve. So now we will be relating to the theory, to things that we have already seen in class. So for instance, we have talked about how coaching adds value in the company. So it improves HR management, and this entails that the company will have a competitive advantage. It will focus on strategy and communication will improve. Then it will also improve the organizational culture. So there will be less need for control, clear organization, decisions will be taken faster. And this also improves the employer brand, because if you're more flexible and if workers want to work with you, then more people, you will have better people on your team. And lastly, the learning culture. If your company has a culture in which facilitates learning of members and you're constantly transforming yourself, this will encourage experimentation and the learn fast and fail smart that we said before, like telling the flaws of the company will improve your company so much that it can really benefit you.
Okay, so now when it comes to applying the article's main argument, we have chosen the existing company called Zappos. So now talking a bit about this company, Zappos began as a small online retailer that only sold shoes, but nowadays it is a really well-known company that also sells clothing, handbags, accessories, and more. So basically, the goal of Zappos, as they clearly state, is to live and deliver the wow. So at first sight, the wow might seem as a short and simple word, but for this company, it really encompasses a lot of things. So it means basically being above and beyond what it is expected, and also being like differentiating yourself from the others by also doing some things that are innovative and also unconventional. Furthermore, when talking about the vision of this company, Zappos basically wants to inspire the world and also deliver happiness to its customers as well as the employees, shareholders, basically all the community that it is integrated in the Zappos company. And then when talking about the company's core values, so for them, these core values are more than just words because they describe them as a way of life. So, in order to develop their core values, Zappos polled their employees on what they thought this company's core values should be. And we have the following. So the first one, it is obviously to deliver the wow through the service they offer. The second one, it's to embrace and drive change. The third one, creating fun and little weirdness. Four, be adventurous, creative, and open-minded. Five, pursue growth and learning, which this one I have to remark that it is really important on for what we are gonna be talking about. Then the sixth, it's to build open and honest relationship with communication. Seventh, building a positive team and a family spirit. 8, do more with less. 9, be passionate and determined. And 10, finally, be humble. So now we'll delve in more into the Zappos human resources strategy. It is first important to say that Zappos basically seeks people who understand and fit into the company's culture. This is really, really important for Zappos, as they said that it is not about processes but about the people that integrate the company. Therefore, one of their major objective is to seek people that have a common purpose and therefore are united in that term in order to achieve the specific goals that the company have. Also, as it is obvious, Zappos also seeks the people who have all the technical skills that are required to perform the job. So when talking about the human resources strategy for Zappos, this company follows what is called a holacracy strategy, which basically replaces the traditional hierarchy of top-down, predict and control approach used to structuring, governing, and running the organization. So in this case, they provide a new way of achieving control by basically distributing the power and authority across the organization. So this basically differentiates from the traditional approach, because it is about taking the powers that have been traditionally reserved for either executives or managers, and these powers are spread across all the employees of the company. So in this way, they are basically eliminating the babysitting responsibilities of being a manager, meaning that it is much more than just making sure that the actual employees are working and are doing their tasks. As our case specifically says, it is not about the command and control. It is way more than that. So instead, it is about basically letting the employees feel empowered to do their job and also at the same time develop and discover themselves. Therefore, Zappos, we can say that it is a true learning organization that has a growth based culture in which the employees find the opportunities to strengthen their personal skills and their skill sets, gain confidence, and also assume more responsibility in their workplace. Okay, and to finalize, we've chosen this quote that basically summarizes pretty well the Zappos human resources strategy. And in it says that for Zappos it is of great importance to provide an environment in which its employees are able to grow personally and professionally, and basically unlock the skills, and the potentials that they do not realize they actually have. So basically, Zappos, it is a organization in which all the employees are able to learn and be able to develop and become better professionals in their daily lives.
Okay, so now we are going to answer the two different questions. The first one is, how do the arguments from the articles help you to better manage your human resources? Well, as Pino just explained, Zappos has a very modern culture in the sense that they really encourage coaching within their company. However, we have learned something positive from every argument in the article in order to manage the human resources in a way that allows our employees to grow not only in the professional but also in the personal sphere. The first argument, called You Are Not As Good As You Think, although this applies mainly for leaders, we realized that as coaches, we need to be constantly finding and learning new ways to teach our employees how to self manage themselves as much as possible. It is not only about thinking that we are good coaches, but of actually being good coaches in order to be able to achieve the ultimate goal of the human resources strategy of the so called holacracy. The second argument, the different ways of helping, we learned that we cannot treat all employees the same way because they don't have all the same needs, and therefore we need to adjust the coaching styles to each particular case in order to obtain successful results and help every employee with their personal and professional developments. So the next argument talks about the growth model, and this argument helped us to remind us that in order to teach employees how to self-manage themselves, we should, as much as possible, follow the model. It is easy to forget many times the steps when we are talking to someone. Therefore, it is important to assure that every time that someone gets to us for help, they actually get the help. And if we follow the steps of the growth model, it is most likely that the employee will feel relieved and that the talk was really helpful and valuable for them. The next argument talks about coaching as an organizational capacity. This argument helped us understand better why it is so important to have coaching as a source of cultural strength and how important it is to ask the why question in the right moments and all the benefits that that could bring to a conversation in order to make the most out of that conversation. The next argument talks about the importance of modeling the behavior, and we realize with this argument how important it is to model if we want our employees to act in the same way. Because in order to have a strong culture and strategy, not only the coaches need to know what the strategy and the culture are, but they need also to impart and show what type of behaviors does the culture enhance. We realized how important modeling is because it shows that a leader walks the talk and it gives the opportunity to build the momentum for the company. The next argument, also very important, talks about building the capability throughout the organization. And with this argument, we realized how important it is to motivate and help people grow their best capabilities to grow customer success. Because if we want to get the transformation all the way through the organization, the biggest challenge is to reboot our people managers, and people managers is a job. This is something that we found very important in the argument and is something that we need to have very present in order to be able to build the strong culture and have that in the organization. And the last argument that was very important was about removing the barriers. And with this argument, we realized that our company is in the right path because we actually believed that Zappos does not have that many barriers, given that with the holacracy strategy, there are no assigned roles as such, and therefore we really encourage the capacity of learning of our employees. Regarding the second question, which is which human resources practices and activities would you introduce, we thought of two different activities. Firstly, we thought of introducing workshops, such as, for example, a cooking workshop, in order to motivate people and employees and create a friendly atmosphere out of the working environment. And we also thought of setting up a public board on which every week each employee had to write their goal for the week, and at the end of the week have a meeting to see who has met the goals and who has not. And in this way, we would ensure that every week there are new challenges and that employees are always motivated and know what to do next.